In today's video, I'm going to show you how to absolutely dominate any ranked game in Fortnite. So if you're having trouble winning games with loads of kills and ranking up, this video is perfect for you. We will be showing you my gameplay and how to beat any opponent in Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2. I will also show you what not to do in certain situations. So let's dive right into it. Alright, the first thing, off spawn. Now in off spawn, you want to make sure you have a POI or landing spot that is contested but not too heavily, usually around 2 to 3 players, because what this does for you is gives you an easy opportunity to get free kills and not to get too overwhelmed. Now, I landed on a weapon and saw 2 kids gliding in, so I started looking at the first player to get some damage and possibly kill him, which I hit him once with my sniper. Then the other kid was landing in front of me, so I decided to focus on him because the other player isn't a big threat anymore because of the opening damage. So I focused the other player, got a sniper shot off on him, and decided to grab this AR and just finish the fight off. Then I saw the other player was running and I missed a shot, but then I double shockwaved onto him and got another free kill. And that is how you win a POI off spawn really easily. Now in certain situations you will have to loot up, heal up, hit minis, find a shotgun and fight them out, but in this match I didn't need to. Now that I won the fights and there was no one else contesting me, I was able to loot up all the houses and spend time getting resources and the little secret bunker under this POI, which is why it's my favorite drop spot. Usually after you kill the most players, you want to get as many resources and heals as possible so that you are prepared to fight anyone and everyone. I then started to rotate over to another POI as the boss was there, and if I got this medallion and the bill coin, I'd be set for the rest of the game. So I went to fight the boss and noticed that there was one player already fighting him. So I got some entry damage on the kid and he decided to run away, so I finished off the boss and then proceeded to go find this player. And what do you know, he was on the roof, so I just keyed him and it looked like he was freaked out because he basically just gave me a free kill. I then went down to loot up the vault but heard another player, so I waited it out and the kid jumped down and it was a nice and easy free kill because this player got too impatient for the vault. Now that I had the medallion and mammoth pistol, I then decided to grab the bill coins below and loot up the rest of the vault and head to the mountain that sells the mythic sentinel shotgun, which is the only shotgun in the game that is able to one-pump someone. Once I did that, it was back to finding more players to fight and kill. Now we're moving into the mid-game, and the mid-game you'll usually want to play more passive or take fights on the outside of the zone, especially if you're just trying to stay alive with not lots of kills. However, for this game, I was stacked and ready to push any and all opponents, so that is exactly what I did. I saw this player grab a car at the gas station, so I decided to follow him and he started going up the mountain. I then broke his tire until he got out, and then out of nowhere, there's this other player that came from behind me, so I decided to fight him because the player on height couldn't see me from his builds, and he was distracted on healing up. So I got into the passenger seat and absolutely fried the other player and killed him before he could get away. Now it was time to fight the player above. But little did I know that this was about to go from a 1-player fight to a 3 to 4 player fight. So when I went up to key, there were another 2 players fighting him, and I tried to keep but got hit, and I just watched them play it out for a bit so that I could reset. I then reevaluated and saw that the kid on the mountain above me sprang at us, so once he stopped shooting, I was able to peek with the mammoth pistol and I just one-pumped that man's with that nice little mammoth pistol shot. I didn't realize this, but he accidentally killed the kid below me, which was the kid I was focused on with the pulse cannon thingy, but since I didn't know that, I was paranoid and was looking for the player, but he was no longer there, so I decided to heal up and reset so that I could go look for more opponents to fight. And what do you know? There was 2 more players at the gas station and they were both in a car fighting, so I went to push, beamed, and killed the kid out of the car, and then went to fight the other player. And this was the best player in my lobby, and he had decent peeks and knowing when to shoot, but we're gonna watch the fight from my perspective because I couldn't get his perspective. I was fighting him after I got entry damage on him. We both traded, and then he got extra damage on me, and he was just chilling in his box, so I decided to push. I know that he was able to hold a wall against me, so my best option was to go up above and reset after getting hit. And then I came down from a different angle after healing. So I did just that, and he made the mistake of sitting in the same box. Please never sit in the same box. It literally screws you over for the rest of the match just because you're staying in the same spot, and I'll always know where you are. So I just went to the opposite side of the box and started attacking from that side. He then panicked and went out of my edit, and we had an AR fight, and I easily killed him. Now, from his perspective, he probably thought that he did a lot of damage to me, but once again, he should have pushed up when I was healing and kept applying pressure. He just applied pressure from below, but he couldn't see my floor from the angle that he was at. So once again, push up if you get a lot of damage on a player. Don't let them get the upper hand on you once again, come down and kill you. I then looted up, and once again I decided to go find more players because now my confidence was peaking and no one could stop me. So I went back up the mountain to the other player's loot that I had killed earlier, and saw another player driving in a car, so once again I decided to push him. And this player, I couldn't take his wall either, but I just kept changing my angles that I was fighting him from, and then he once again just stayed in the same box, which gives me way more opportunities in a fight than him. So I went to an open side, pressured him, got him to 1 HP, and just opened up the edit and finished the fight. I then got pushed by the most annoying kid ever. He would not stop spamming the grenade launcher. So while he was spamming it, I took the opportunity to get some opening damage on him and hit it for 100 damage. That gave me enough time to start healing and rebox up. He then proceeded to run, but just because he was being annoying, I decided to push him and hold him in storm. He kept running up the mountain trying to get away. He thought I didn't see him hit the launch pad. He did. I beamed him out the air. I didn't even care about his loot. I just wanted that kill because he was being so annoying. So please don't be like this kid and just be annoying then run. If you're gonna push, actually push once you get the damage and decide to go all in, or you're gonna end up just like him. You shouldn't die there because that kid had the full advantage of me. He had health advantage, he had material advantage, and once he got me down to like 30 HP, he should have easily pushed that and killed me. Now we're in the end game. And since I basically ran through this whole lobby, there was about 10 kids left in the 4th zone, so I just tried to find as many as possible. But I also wanted to make sure that I was in the zone so that I couldn't get held. So I would rotate and look for players. Rotate and look for players. Usually in endgame, if there's more people, you have to be a lot more careful. But for this match specifically, there was no reason to, as everyone was spread out around the map pretty evenly, and everyone was rotating the zone or fighting each other, and yes, some players killed each other, but not enough. I then got random footsteps on my screen, and so I started panicking by spraying a bush trying to find some player, but it was just my schizophrenia once again. Dude, they need to get rid of the schizophrenia update, I swear to goodness. I then saw 2 people fighting, so I decided to tag one and start spraying them because they were fighting out in the open with no cover. And look at that, I got 2 free kills. Please don't be like these kids either, where you're just fighting out in the open. Make sure you're taking covered angle fights. If you're fighting someone, make sure you're all the way boxed up around you, or don't have any open angles that someone can come in third party you or beam you with. Also make sure you're always peeking from right angles instead of left angles. If you peek from left angles, you're way easier to get tagged in most situations, and if you're peeking with right peeks, you'll have the advantage at most times. I then saw another kid on top of another mountain. I hit him with the mammoth pistol twice to get that opening damage, and when I went to push him, I got pushed by a car. But the player let me full box him, and I just hit him with a pump and a mammoth pistol shot, and that was the quickest fight to ever happen in Fortnite, I swear to goodness. Since I beamed the kid before with the mammoth pistol, I went to push him and absolutely clipped him. He was so scared of me from before because of the shots, then witnessing me absolutely destroy another player, so he just gave up like that. It was then down to me and the last player, and I noticed that this kid really wasn't that good. Always the last player in a Fortnite match is really bad, so make sure you just key him, overly pressure them, and just play really aggressive because then they'll fold under pressure, just start running around and trying to hit you with a bat. So I honestly just went for a clip on this kid, but messed it up, and he just kept running around so I couldn't clip him, and he just kept using the bat once again. So I decided to absolutely cook him, and that was a 15 kill win. So if you please will like this video as it helps me out a lot, and subscribe for more content. Also make sure to use code NOTFLOW in the Fortnite item shop to help me hit 300 people using it a month. And you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Peace, guys.